Okay, so I'm not sure how I'm gonna start this, but I've been kind of CU it has a complicated history, right? It's about a year old now. Um, the original server went down due to complications with uh the server owner or one of the server owners, uh, making it basically compromised. Um, and it kind of shut down. I So some of my videos, the two videos that I made are kind of an archive of, I guess, what it was like. I'm not sure how to feel about that now, right? Because like they're kind of lost the time a little bit. Sure, I think that maybe on a different client, the original CU metagame could be recreated with some level of accuracy, plus some very obvious changes after developments before the server shut down. But yeah, I feel like it could kind of get recreated if I don't know if time and effort was put into it. But that we're kind of past that now. Now we're on to CU2. There's a sequel now. Woo! It has a lot of different flavor compared to CU1, where CU1 was just kind of, okay, here's a form, submit some Pokemon to it, and we'll kind of like mess with it. Um, yeah, CU2 has a lot of potential. It has versus like the completely blind nature of CU1. Just to kind of go through some of the different stuff. We're actually focusing it on a region now, which we are basing it off as of the poll that ended yesterday. Um, yeah. Apparently Scandinavia is back, or at least it's going to be the region. Originally, it was supposed the CU metagame was based off Greece and Greek culture and whatnot, but nobody followed it. And then the DLC was Southwestern America. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, now we have Scandinavia to make mons for. That's pretty cool. Uh, we may see megas again. TMs. We're gonna have some new moves. Yeah. Otherwise, just oh man, we're having CU too. I mean, there's not a lot to like talk. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but like, I I don't know. I'm making this before we get our prompts and start making Fakemon. So that's definitely something. I think yeah, so I guess I can kind of go back and lament on some of CU and some of its pitfalls. Now that it's all over and I can probably see clearly what went wrong with it outside of the you know. Okay, so just going off kind of what happened with it, kind of some of the negatives. Palladiodon, I think its name is pronounced. Palladiodon had this little gimmick, right, where it was the technician multi-hit user, right? It was like Breloom, but it had basically every single move that it could ever want, and it two-hit KO'd like the entire tier. Which isn't okay, but it did run into four move slot syndrome, where it like it can only have four moves, so you're not only using everybody's favorite like you kind of have to sacrifice some stab in order to like use coverage or whatnot, or like if you want to use a setup move, you only have three moves to work with to like hit the entire tier with, which it's really hard to. But then again, something that I forgot to mention was it has Hydro Pump. I learned that the hard way, right? I got somebody I know like outside of just Discord to like play the tier with me, and like they're like kind of like a higher level player, and like they pulled up Like with their in like the only match that they played, they pulled up with like a Spikes Hydro Pump set on Palladiodon, and it oh my god, what the hell? That just was not okay. Palladiodon is not okay. Chemicalism is fine, right? He also used Chemicalism, but I'm pretty sure that Palladiodon is the problem here, or at least it was the problem. It was already in a really nerfed state, but like how it just took on the metagame was too much, and everybody hated it. And by the end of it, everybody just wanted it banned. They wanted it like nerfed or banned, or just it wasn't okay. Okay. So gosh, what's next? Uh, hmm. I guess Palladiodon was the main one. That was kind of a problem. Um, I guess kind of the fact that we never buffed Archelaus. Archelaus was a really neat concept, right? It was a setup sweeper. They used Hopwon to kind of heal from kind of the opponent's mistakes. So it could kind of snowball out of control with this weird defensive position that it has. But it never like got off the ground. Like it has the problem that Clefable does occasionally, but doesn't have the type to like back it up at all, right? So it's kind of stuck with kind of a mid type, and just like it didn't match up well into the tier. It's a good type, don't get me wrong, but whenever most of your tier is filled with flying types, fairy types, and like steel or not steel, ground types, bug fighting is not gonna be having a good time. Um, Especially when some of the biggest wall in the tier is a water flying type that has neutralizing gas. I guess I could say Mag Pillage was also a big problem. I wouldn't say it needed nerf, but I would say it'd be like a high tier threat because it just completely shut down Stall. Outside of Mershana, of course, but like Stall dies in its face, right? They have to like try and break through it with like their pitiful attacks, and it's just laying into them and just laying down taunts, and it just doesn't care, and it's a whole thing, right? Oh yeah, and Salazzle. I'm admitting this now. Everybody slept on Salazzle, and then once Salazzle got picked up, you can't stop it. Not even Salamence could have stopped it. It has Drain Punch, which means it can power through Salamence, which is a massive problem because Salamence was like the tier's best physical wall. Because Religion is over here with no reliable recovery and some really horrible moves, and yeah, it just why? So yeah, Celeste was just kind of ran in there and did its thing and then left. So yeah, that's fun. We love Salazzle. Funny femboy thing. Okay. Yeah, I guess those are some of the laments that I had for CU. So what now? What now? What okay, what do I don't know. I guess I could talk about what I expect for CU1 or CU2, right? Cuz I mean, we have the similar metagame leaders, right? Just no Alyssa and no yeah, no Alyssa and no Mad because Mad is fucking crazy now. Um all right, so some predictions. There's definitely going to be snow. Snow is going to be involved, right? It's based off Scandinavia. Somebody is going to be a snow setter, and somebody's going to be a snow abuser. Um, there's going to be more megas than just Lediary, which means that we're going to have to, choose between what mega we want to use sometimes. Which I actually kind of like that dynamic, right? The thing is about mega evolutions and competitive Pokemon is that they have this interesting idea to where you can only use one per team, and it's not like you can have to base the team around it. It's more of like do I want this Pokemon to sacrifice its item slot and my Mega slot in order to use a better Pokemon, right? Because in CU1 you only had one. You only had one Mega, and that was Lediary. Lediary did one thing and one thing only, and it was really good at that one thing. And that is punching things and just yeah, it was really good at punching things. But, especially, I guess. Um but yeah, multiple megas in a CU metagame or it's gonna be interesting, right? I'm expecting a slower speed tier, due to the crowd of people like showing up for this being a little similar. As in a little, I mean it's basically everybody from CU1 plus some new people that I recognize at least are Anna Kanja, which I believe is the metagame leader for I think it's Infinite Fusions, the Infinite Fusions server over on Pokeathlon. Yeah, they're like the metagame leader for Infinite Fusions. So that's fun. So yeah, we're gonna be having Scandinavia. Oh yeah, and I really expect outside of megas and like their unique dynamic, I expect some really fucked up shit, like actually screwed up Pokemon, because you can't have something video game related without having something that's like just completely screwed up, right? That's like completely out of left field. Oh my god, that's horrible. I could list a bunch of video games that are, from Finland that like have this description. We have Ultra Kill, we have Fear and Hunger, we have what's it called? We have Post Void. We have Post Void, right? We have our Lord and Savior Cruelty Squad. We have Northern Journey. Like we have so many like screwed up medieval or not medieval, just like all these different like Scandinavian screwed up game. Minecraft. God, Minecraft is technically on that list because it's from Sweden and we're doing Scandinavia. We could have a Minecraft themed guy. Like we can have so many different things that are like based off Scandinavian stuff. Like the culture there is like a little dark and like it's a bit occult when it comes to like the folklore stuff. It's not like the German stuff where it's like the Blunten smoking is in the cave, and if you smoke it after 3 a.m., old children die. The end. Yeah, this is why I don't smoke weed, kids. Yeah, no, it's not like that. It's going. They're more like it's just more supernatural, right? There's this video essay by Horses that I've recently watched that just talks about like how witchcraft and Iceland are, kind of fundamentally related, and how just kind of pagan religion and whatnot is non-Christian spiritual stuff. It's really cool. It's nice to listen to and whatnot. But I expect a bit of that after out of Scandinavia. I also expect a lot of volcano stuff because, oh boy, Iceland sure is full of volcanoes. I also expect an IKEA reference. Something related to meatballs. um, yeah, lots of cold Pokemon. Probably some weird pseudo legendaries. Not like as weird as what Tydnoso was, but actually no, maybe that weird, right? Maybe something that weird because Tydnoso is basically Ursula Blood Moon good ending. It's like if Ursula Blood Moon is like fucking Golden Freddy or something, we just have Freddy Fazbear, which is just Tydnoso. So like I don't know. Um, I have no predictions for what the TMs are gonna be like. I did list Occult Fairy as like a move in general. That was made for Plane of Attack. For Dribozu. Dribozu. Yeah, it's like Dribozu or something. Or yeah, because Drift and then the Umabozu. Yeah, so Dribozu, right? They have this move called Occult Fairy. They should have it, that is, because they need to be re-implemented with all their stats. or at least implemented with the proper move pool, to where they have basically, how do I put this, right? Yeah. Reipuzu has this thing to where it can, like, it clicks the move Occult Fairy and then it pivots out, but then it also forces the opponent out after you successfully switch your Pokemon in. So it kind of like drags both of them under the water, and whoever comes out is, I don't know, just random. You get to choose. The opponent doesn't, but you're also going first. So you need to like pivot in something that just be generally good against their entire team, and then hope that something that's is like a good matchup comes in. It gets way more powerful later game because then you can force Stealth Rock switches. Uh, but it's only exclusive to one Pokemon, which is a very good thing because if not, you can literally just chain those forever and then get like you just stack up hazard damage and then sweep afterwards. Or I don't know, if you're playing stall, you can just do that forever. So like I only expect that to be a signature move on like one Pokemon, if it even is allowed, right? But like that was supposed to be Dribozu's gimmick. I do have a couple ideas for TMs, but I don't think I'm going to like go into them, if that makes sense. Like I don't really think that I'm going to like force myself into um yeah, I don't think I'm gonna force myself into like being like, hey Jump, I have a bunch of TM ideas. You wanna see them? And like open up the trench coat and whatnot. Um, I do plan on participating in this and making a Pokemon, though I'm waiting for the prompt to like properly design something. I was kind of projecting a little bit. I do want to do something kind of occult themed, right? And like maybe give it a Mega, but like I'm hoping it's like an early game Pokemon, so then I can like maybe give it a downside ability. And like it has good stats, but it has this like little like quirk to it, right? Like it has I don't know. I was throwing around the idea of like maybe like implementing ability or an ability similar to like wild magic from D&D, to where like it has a random chance to like replace the move that you're using with metronome, which means like okay, cool, you're doing good, but at the same time you could also randomly throw out some random move that no one knows what's going to happen. You could, for all you know, you could click explosion and then both of you die, or just anything could happen, and that's quite hilarious, honestly. Um, yeah, I think yeah, I really want to do something occult themed now that I'm thinking about it, because like there's like a lot of different things ways I could take it, and Scandinavian culture just kind of outside of like the like very woods heavy like just like being outside generally just like being a good thing, uh and like just kind of how that works. Outside of that I could see like I don't know. I guess like just kind of like a druidy Pokemon could work. Who knows? Who knows? But then again, I'm just spitballing ideas of like what I kind of want to do, and I have a feeling that Jump after watching this is going to be like, maybe I should throw Charlie a curveball and like just nuke me and like my little silly ideas. So like, oh well. Um, yeah. What else is there? Yes, a lot of the people from CU are returning, and they seem to have like a reignited enthusiasm for it. Without like, I don't think I'm going to like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna fall apart as much, but who knows, honestly. If it does, I don't know, it just does. But if it doesn't, that'd be great. I'd love to be playing this for a while. I'd still be playing POA and whatnot, like I have been recently. I have Berserker Gene kind of like in the slow cooker. I believe the voting for if that's going to get in is going to be announced in through 3 4 days. It's gonna be on Friday, right? Today's Tuesday. Um, yeah, just generally, I still plan on interacting with CU, but I also have other things that I'm doing. So if I'm a little inactive, I'm sorry. Um, God, what else is there? I don't know what I'm gonna title this, by the way. I'm just rambling. Like I just came home and I was like, maybe I should ramble about CU a bit into a microphone and see what happens. And here we go. Right here we go. Um, um, God, what else can I talk about? Oh, the constraints, right? All the constraint ideas. I'm really excited about how the constraints are going to work because some of them are going to be a little silly, and then like they're just like random stuff like, oh, this is like the Route 1 guy, or this is like the bird, or this is like the pseudo legendary. So it's like, I don't know, Haxorus, not Haxorus. Oh my gosh, I should record something about my feelings about how legendaries work in Pokemon because like how legendaries and mythicals are classified and pseudo legendaries and all of that, because all of it is arbitrary bullshit, and I think a lot of it needs to be dispelled of like how that works. But I'm gonna get into that later because oh boy. But yeah, I wonder what's. I'm gonna look at the Smogon reaction to this. I don't really have a screen recorder, so you're not gonna be able to let. Okay, never mind. There's no reaction outside of like, oh, this looks cool. There's like a you're fired, and then oh no, CU2's canceled. But like otherwise, it's just this looks fun, man. This is gonna be fun. Oh boy. So okay. So God, what else is there? Yeah, there's like nothing new in the thread. I mean, this is only a couple days old, and like we've already decided via the polls. Oh my god, I had to like remind everyone, like, hey, wasn't the last metagame like fucking Greece? Wasn't that Greece already? Since that was an option, I was honestly kind of hoping for India or Australia to kind of win too, because India has a lot of concepts. I particularly kind of want to do like a ground psychic Kaparaja that leans more into like the mystical stuff, and like Australia, um, oh boy, crab. No one's gonna get that. Only one person's gonna get the reference, but yeah, just giant crab Pokemon because that'd be fun. You know, it's Australia, just big things. What else is there? Yeah, regional gimmick. There's no regional gimmick because honestly, I think that'd be okay. Multiple okay feelings about a regional gimmick. I don't think that something meaningful could be implemented into Showdown without like a month of coding. And I'm gonna be real. I want to play this as fast as possible and like just yeah. I don't really think trying to develop a regional gimmick was gonna help. But Mega Evolution, possibly, maybe. Like, it's there. It could be a fun idea. So yeah, yeah, regional gimmick, TM's already talked about. I okay, let's see. Um, reading some stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Who reacted to the restraints as like a lip bite emoji? Like, come on, man. Come on. I mean, I'm gonna react to it like that, but like, oh well. We are not going to be using megas, except we are using megas. Fuck you. Yeah, all of this is just great, honestly. A redo of CU because it kind of fell off after like a month. I'm hoping this stays around because a lot of like, oh my god, fucking Palladion, part of Palladion, and just kind of just fucks up my brain, man. And I'm pretty sure like that's part of like why I stopped playing. Okay, okay. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, right? It's been 25 minutes. I've been rambling, and I don't know. I just kind of want to do other things with my life for the moment here. So yeah, I do plan on making a video after the submission process starts about kind of or after the submission process like gets through, and I don't know. I'll just go from there. I don't know. I just wanted to make a forward on CU2 and like my thoughts on CU before we transition to a new era. So yeah, honestly, I'm really excited. I'm really hyped. Uh, to everybody doing the submissions, I hope you get one of mine because some of mine are a little silly and some other ones are borderline impossible, and I'm pretty sure Jump like got rid of them. Uh, I'm just gonna be public about this. One of mine was literally trying usurp Weaving Wonder. You can't do that. I'm sorry. Weaving Wonder was a one of a kind. He was the goat. So like, just kind of, nah, nah. So yeah. Um, have a good night, I guess. Yeah. Good night to everyone, and I hope you drive safe, or you don't drive safe. I mean, that'd be hilarious, honestly. Crash into a telephone pole.